What's up guys, JP here. We're finally back to work on the 77 Celica GT, the Franken Yoda. I believe this is episode 7, I think. So anyways, we're going to start working on the floor pans, trying to get some of this metal work done. So today we are going to take some measurements. We're going to use some masking tape, and we're going to kind of lay out a plan of action for the floor pans, and then we're going to take them to the bead roller. And we're going to teach ourselves how to bead roll floor pans, so stay tuned. Alright you guys, so we're kind of tested over here. None of this is rotted through, so we're going to clean this up and use some Pour 15 probably on this to seal it back up. It's not rotted through. If we find any pinholes, we might just tack weld those. Obviously we got rot through here, rot through here. So what I think we're going to end up doing is, I think we're going to do, there's already a seam weld here. I think we're going to go ahead and just do this floor pan to probably right past this bead here, and then we'll just remake this floor pan there. We're going to do a template out of tape, kind of draw out where our beads are so we can match them up. Alright you guys, so we got the template laid on our steel here. This straight edge here, we just used the edge of the steel, so we're good there. I'm going to give us extra room just in case we have any hiccups. This will be the other edge there. It's kind of flared like that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just trace out all these beads. Just kind of hand trace. We just need to know roughly where their centers are. And then trace out these. We're not going to cut the hole or the square yet. We're just going to mark it on the steel so we know that it exists there. And then we need to mark our steel on where we're going to bend. So I'll go ahead and get this stuff cut out, and then we'll come back to you guys. Alright you guys, we got the template kind of pre-cut out. So our 3/4 inch bead at the base of the flare is about 1 inch wide. The top of the bead's 3/4 inch. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this at 1 inch wide. We're going to measure the halfway point, make a little mark all the way down. So for each one of these beads, that's why I like to use tape or paper is because as it goes over the beads, that material is going to get stretched and shrunk by the bead roller, but the tape takes that form, and then when you lay the tape flat again, that stretch, all that extra material is laid flat, so that way your template isn't too short. Because if I were to just to cut the template, take measurements, cut the template, and then bead roll everything, as the beads expand up, it's going to pull in the edges. And so this allows us to get a true size of what we need. There. So, and then we just take our little ruler here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of mark, again, this is not going to be the exact shape, but just so I kind of know where the bead ends, so I don't go too far. On this one, actually, we're going to have to mark the beginning and the end, because these ones are free-floating beads. So now we can take the template off, and we should have an idea of where all of our beads should lie. And we're not cutting the floor pan out of the Celica until this is done, so we can test fit it in there a few times, make sure we get all our bends and kinks right, and then once we know this will fit well enough, we'll use this as a template to guide our cutting of the old floorboard. So that way this piece just lies in when we go to cut and weld it. So alright, now we're going to go ahead and cut this sheet out, and then we'll start bead rolling. Alright, you guys, got it roughly cut out. So when you're bead rolling, something I learned on YouTube Academy of all things, is you want to pre-stretch where you're going to bead. So what we're going to do is we got this little mini English wheel for the bead roller here, and so we are going to bend the opposite direction of our beads. Alright, you guys, so I had it backwards here, so you want to put your mini English wheel up top because we're going to bend it downwards. So basically it's opposite. Normally the bead is on the bottom to push up, so this is our bead. We got to push it down. So what you want to do, get your metal in here, get it to where you got a little bit of tension. You don't need a crazy amount, and you want to go about at least maybe 1/8 to 1/4 inch past where the bead is going to be. So you know, this is going to, the bead's roughly about 1 inch at the bottom, so we want to go about 1 inch, 1 1/4 inch over the area. We'll start in the center and just kind of roll. You get it to where it's loose enough, and then you can give it a half turn. Get this out of there. There we go. And then we're just going to go, this particular one has a forward and reverse, so we're just going to go right till the end. And we're going to go back into reverse nice and slow. It doesn't look like it's doing much, but over time, as we get tighter and tighter, it's stretching that metal. you guys look really closely, it's very light, but you can see that it has a bow. You can come from the underside here. You can kind of see where it's stretching the metal here. We're going to go ahead and finish all of these. We're not going to bore you with doing the same repetitive thing over and over. And then once we get this all pre-stretched, then we'll bring it back. We'll bring you guys back to do the actual bead rolling. You can see the concave, the stretcher die puts into this, so it's stretched outwards. And so now when we go back in with the beads is going to want to bend this the opposite direction, which should in theory keep the warpage to a minimum. So we're going to go ahead, and we got the 3/4 inch die set up on bead set up on the system here. We got the bead going upwards, so we're going to go ahead and start bead rolling this. So alright, you guys, so far we have our first set of beads here. Little bit of a learning curve. I also had some issues with the machine. I had to I had to chase and thread the block here for the tightener and put some grease in there because it kept wanting to jam up. So what we have left is this side. There is a little bend here, however, we're going to make a tool to go ahead and round these off. And once we punch these and round them off, this should settle back down. It's just because right now it just flares right into there. That's why there's a bow here. So we're going to go ahead and start the other side. We'll put that on time lapse for you guys so you can watch as we go. Alright, so we got 3 more to go. You guys can see so far, like I said, we are going to have to cap these beads so they don't cause it to flare up like that. That's not a big deal. The one thing I don't like about these beads that I'm using, these ones were from Amazon because Eastwood does not sell a 3/4 bead for this machine. I had ordered it from Eastwood, but these are for the 3/4 shaft, and this is only a 22mm shaft. So these little lips inside these Amazon beads, they're causing these grooves, pretty deep little scribe marks. I mean, on the floorboard it's not gonna matter, so I'm not super concerned with it, but and I don't think I'd ever use this thick of a bead anywhere else, so we should be okay. But that's one thing that I'm not super happy with, is just how much it's scribing the edges around the bead, and it kind of sometimes catches in on that and causes it to catch and move the metal. So a few of the lines aren't super straight, but again, these are independent beads, so it doesn't really matter where they are. It's just for reinforcement. But this side is the more important side that it lines up, because these are going to get welded to the old beads. These are independent beads, so where they are is fine. But yeah, something to be aware of on these cheaper kits. If you look over here, this is the Eastwood set. It's got real nice long flanges on it, real smooth, so you wouldn't get any of that biting like you do from this little step down it's the step right there inside that's causing that cut look. So just something to be aware of. We're gonna finish up these last beads and then get the end of this rolled. All right, you guys, so I'm gonna end up having to make a tool for capping these ends. I looked around the shop, I don't have anything, so I'm gonna have to pick something up. But for now, we're gonna go ahead and work on this bend here, this radius. We're gonna stay right above this line, closer to these beads. Kind of just eyeballed it in the car. If worst case scenario, we can kind of tap it into place where we need to. But this is what we're gonna work on now. So and all this is a radius die for doing radiuses. We're gonna kind of stay right above the line, give it some bend. We're gonna kind of help it along, and we got it on really slow speed so we can take our time with it. Not bad for our first time ever doing any kind of metal fab work, but you see the beads will line up nicely. We're gonna have to, we got a gap here because there's a dip. We're gonna have to put that dip right through that center. It comes out right here, so we'll have to figure out how to put that dip in, and then obviously we got to trim right past this bead here because we're not going up to that next bead. So we got to trim that, trim a few little pieces so it lays in there flat. But we're running out of time today, but I think as of right now, I think that is looking fantastic, especially for learning with you guys and my first attempt. Obviously, I got some warpage in the panel to correct, but once I cap these, I gotta, like I said, I gotta make a tool for that. That's gonna help bring the center back down. It'll get rid of this where it travels up into it. It'll force it kind of to close that end off, which will hopefully pop some of that center down, and then I'm gonna have to reverse roll the center so it can go down through here. But I'm really happy with that for, like I said, for my very first attempt at ever doing any kind of beadwork, metal fab, anything like that. So yeah, stay tuned guys for more. Thanks for watching.